And away we go here for Xbox Division 3.
Still wheel to wheel coming out of turn 19.
Tries to go down the inside of Desio. Desio giving him space, but not by much.
Oh, and he's oversteered, and he spun. They're side by side, off the track, neck and neck. Hello and welcome to what is regarded as one of the most challenging circuits on the calendar. We're here with PlayStation Division 1. As now we're on board with Kachow in that Renault, cruising around the first couple of corners. He's going to start his flying lap soon. He's on the soft compound tires. Mix of strategy here, as we've seen throughout the week. It looks like to be clear skies throughout this qualifying session. We've had a few drops of rain in our previous races, so we'll see how that plays for these drivers. Looks to be dry so far for quali, and Kachow is the man to look for as he's on his outlap now. Definitely a possible candidate for pole. "19 drivers on the grid tonight. Looks like we have a fair amount of new people. The PlayStation division expanding week by week. Of course, headed by Exotic Flame. There we see in the AlphaTauri. Championship contender, Just Jose. Another one to watch for down there in P15 at the moment. Of course, no one set a lap yet. And here we have Kachow heading up the line. We're going to hop on board with him as he starts his flying lap to get a glimpse of the Singapore circuit. Coming into turn 1, hard on the brakes, trying to clip that apex. He just misses it. Keeps it under control though, under those soft compound tires. Back on the throttle for a quick dab of the brakes before the longest straight on the circuit. Got to get a good exit here without slipping out. Activates the DRS, comes down through the kink now. It's going to be hard on the brakes, down to 4th gear, down to 3rd, cutting as much curve as possible without invalidating. Coming to this slow hairpin right-hander now, down to 2nd, short shifting up to 3rd. A quick dab of the brakes here, trying to cut this curve as much as possible, pushing wide, getting by the back marker here as he cruises on through to Sector 2. Coming up to the bridge now, got to keep it nice and tidy without getting a snap oversteer like he just did there, and he's surely got wing damage, and that is his lap done for Kachow. So we'll see who else is behind him. Looks like possibly the Williams of Cali Rob. No, Cali Rob is in the pits, so that is a lie. The Darson, though, is up next to set a lap, so we'll see what he can do as he looks to finish the remainder of this lap. Looks like he is invalidated, so no one was going to be setting a lap anytime soon at the moment. Looks like, let's see, AlphaTauri of Just Jose seems to be on a flyer. And he has not invalidated. He's on the soft compound tires. He's our championship leader at the moment. We'll see what he can do as Tiny Dark Sparks is somewhat getting in the way, but he manages to pull out, possibly creating some dirty air for the AlphaTauri driver. Crosses the line. Just Jose does a 1:35.2, so a pretty quick lap there from him as we have what looks to be Shari Kiki 20 going P2 with Teak actually going P2 there. So the Mercedes driver coming in with a 136.4, a second, 1.2 seconds off pole at the moment. So it's going to be tough for anyone to beat that. And just as I say that, RR Silent with a 134.7 on medium tires. That's an insane lap for the Red Bull driver. Of course, we know he's been possibly and most probably the quickest in PS4 Division 1 at the moment. So he'll be very tough to beat. Silent is currently on pole on those mediums. He's sitting very pretty right now. I think he might just call it a day and save it there, although it seems he's just set another purple sector, so he could be going again as the Red Bull teammate is possibly getting in the way. He's had to back out of that lap though, and he'll stay with that 134.7 at the moment. Looks like next up to the line will be Tiny Darth Spike in the Renault. Another quick driver we've seen. He's looking to set the first lap for the Renault team as Kachao, as we saw earlier, got a snap of oversteer through the bridge section and was unable to complete a lap. But Tiny Darth Spike coming up to the line now. We'll see just what he can do. Get Renault in a solid starting position for this Grand Prix. Goes P5 with a 136.7, so definitely a little slower than we'd expect from Tiny Darth Spike, but surely he'll have the pace later in this session. Just getting a few banker laps in, getting the tires nice and toasty. And as I see, is that rain? Did my eyes deceive me? Oh my god, it is. You cannot escape the rain here in Singapore. That is unfortunate. It seems many of our drivers haven't even set a lap yet. So we'll see just what they decide to do. Cali Rob, another quick boy in the Williams. We'll see if he can even get on the board at the moment, because right now looks like he's just starting his flying lap and it's currently wet. He's on the medium tires and he'll need a good time. He's definitely one to contend for the top 5 finishers, possibly the podium, as Exotic Flame has yet to set a lap as well. The rain is coming down. Surely these lap times will not improve at all. Let's see what he can do. He goes purple through sector 1, so Cali Rob's on a flyer on these medium tires even with the rain coming down. Cali Rob, of course, from Manhattan, not actually California. Putting some respect on the Californian name. Putting some respect on the Williams name as well. Keeping it nice and tidy through the bridge section. We'll see what he can do. A little bit of end plate he runs into, but he's okay there. May have thrown him off guard. Keeps it under control. McSwim gets out of the way there. Rob cruising down the back straight now. Getting a slight help of DRS. It's still enabled. Stewards have left it open for the time being, but the rain could come harder and that could become disabled shortly. Cali Rob doing a great job of keeping it tidy, keeping it together, even in these tricky and treacherous conditions. Going under the bridge now into this small dry patch as he exits the bridge. Around the final couple corners. Could be very easy to slide out here on the final high-speed corner. Keeps it together. Foot down on the throttle. Crosses the line. Only goes P11 after setting a purple sector 1, so may have had trouble there in the final sector. Not sure exactly what happened. That's unfortunate for him. We'll see what Exotic Flame can do, as he has yet to set a time as well. He's on those soft tires. He's just starting his lap now. That rain is surely not helping at all. It looks like just Jose is going for another lap as well, so we'll watch to see if he can improve his 135.2, but very doubtful here, as usually as time goes on and the track gets wetter, if it's still raining. So we'll see as we see Exotic Flame getting pretty wide there. Coming to the bridge section now. I believe 90% of our divisions this week have had rain in qualifying, and some in the race as well. Oh my goodness, is Exotic Flame getting awfully close to the wall there, which is what you need to do. So much wheel spin there coming out of that hairpin corner. Gets the throttle down eventually. It goes underway. DRS is still open. Purple sector 2, of course. We don't know if that's actually true. Perhaps they'll never fix that bug. Who knows? You could see Exotic Flame and AlphaTauri just drifting around every corner, and DRS is disabled, so it looks like Exotic Flame was the last person to be able to use DRS. Luckily for him, he got there in time, but still pretty late as he's continually just sliding around the track. If this were a drift competition, he would surely be on pole. At the moment, not looking in his favor as he nearly collides with the wall there. He's going to dive into the pits. He's going to say, you know what, we'll start from the back. He misses the entry and keeps it under control. Looks like McSwim's going on inters. We'll see where, if just Jose can improve. No, everyone's diving into the pits. Looks like that's going to be it. Cali Rob has it invalidated again, so he'll stay P11. It looks like. And unfortunately, not going well for the Ferrari drivers. Looks like Lan X down in P17, unable to set a lap at the moment. He's in the pits as drivers are starting to retire from this session, although Chidarson seems to be still out on a lap at the moment. And we know he's got some solid pace, so we'll see what he can do. IP and P7 up there, retiring. Chidarson slowly cruising around. Keeping it nice and tidy. Across the line, we'll see what he can do. It was P16 with a 158, so yes, track conditions are very poor at the moment. I'm sure no other drivers will go out. We may just have to hang out. Sit in the pit lane for now. Kachow's going to try and improve on his lap. We'll see what we can do. If he improves on his lap, no, he's going into the pits, looks like. So that may be it for qualifying, folks, at the moment. Darson trying to pull something out of his Williams car at the moment. 158. We'll see if he can improve. Big doubt. We'll see. Darson is literally crawling around the track at the moment. There is not much chance he can make it back. Rain is definitely coming down now. And that is not looking for him, although he's in P16, so ahead of those three other drivers. Exotic Flame championship hopes are dwindling. Looks like some drivers are going to go out and try and possibly get some wet weather practice in, or perhaps try and snag that P16. As after all that, Darson ends up invalidating in the end. So that lap will not even count. We'll see if he decides to hop in for some inters and possibly improve on his time. Surely might be able to, as we saw in our previous races, the low 50s, or mid 50s, I'd say, are possible with the inters. Depending on the rain, of course. Looks fairly light still, but of course the track still definitely getting wet, so we'll see what can happen here. Looks like plenty of drivers on the inters, possibly foreshadowing a wet race. We'll stick around with Exotic Flame though. He's trying to set a quicker lap time and then a 158 flat. We'll see if he can improve on his time. But Silent looks pretty much untouchable at the moment. A 134.7 on those medium tires too. So he's looking pretty comfortable on pole at the moment. Said he was exhausted today. Didn't know if he wanted to drive Singapore, but at the moment it's looking pretty solid for him. Looks like Exotic Flame's installation lap on the inters has concluded. He'll dive back into the pits, and that may be it for him. We got Lan X still doing a lap though, so we'll see what he can do. the Alfa Romeo driver cruising along, aka PPR Ryan. Trying to set some kind of lap time, possibly raking in the 16. He'll jump up one position if he can. He smacks the wall there, so I don't think it's going well for him. He pulls off the side of the road. Tries to get out the way. Looks like the Red Bull of Silent is coming through. Oh, and they make contact. Oh, goodness gracious. That is not good. I'm assuming Silent wasn't going to go any quicker on that lap, but that is a unsafe rejoin, and the stewards will most likely have to take a look at that one. Looks like these drivers may be retiring from the session now, and I'm assuming if Silent goes out on inters, sitting in P1, there's got to be rain in the race. He's probably trying to get a feel for the track, so I'm sure we can expect some type of rain. We'll see. But for now, we'll sit back, relax, and watch these drivers try and get some warm-up laps in with 2 minutes left in qualifying. But just Jose in P2, Teak in P3, Sharikiki 20 in P4. That's a pretty cool name. Tiny Dark Spike with the Renault in P5, J Fern P6, IP in 7th, MVK Sky in P8, and P9. We're not going to try that, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go with Rexka. We're going to go Rexka. That's it. That's the one. P10 is T2. Callie Robin P11. We know he has got some solid pace, so we'll see if he can make his way up through the field. Not sure how tire strategy or choice will work, considering most of these guys quality on dry tires. We'll see what happens though as the rain came down. And our drivers are now retiring from the session. It looks like that's basically it. We still got a few drivers on their outlap. Looks like, looking at it now, Darson has dropped to P17. Conway has gone P16 with a 154. The Exotic Flame trying to do everything he can not to start last. He'll be starting a flying lap here shortly. We'll see if Conway can improve on his lap time. Well, 154 flat. Comes across the line, does a 53, improves, but fortunately he'll stay P16 as that 147 may seem unattainable on the inters at the moment. We'll see if Exotic Flame though can try and hop up to that P16 spot, possibly 17. We know he's got some solid pace. Him and Conway Twitty, pretty similar pace. We may believe that Exotic is a bit quicker. So we'll see what we can do. Qualifying has officially ended. We'll see our drivers as they finish their final laps here. Exotic looking a lot more tidy than he did when he was on those dry compound tires. A little bit less slidey. A little bit more grip, it seems. Looking pretty comfortable though. Oh, as he goes so close to the wall, he is on it. Considering he's on pad as well, I would not dare go near these walls in Singapore, as they'll come out and grab you quite easily. So right now it's the battle for P16 as we have P16, 17, and 19 on track. Trying to set a quick lap. Trying to not start last. Basically the battle for not last. If Exotic can set a time here, he'll surely jump up to P18. We'll see if we can get up to 17 or 16. But it looks like the rain is coming down a little bit harder and the track is a little bit wetter. So maybe a tough fight for him to try and get across the line quicker than Conway Twitty or Tidarson. Quick snap and downshift, drifting through the final corner, comes across the line, goes P17 with a 54.5. So best Tidarson by 4 seconds, although Tidarson is on a flying lap as well. Conway Twitty looks like he's going to be diving into the pits. Here he comes up the line. Can he snag that P17 spot? This is the most exciting fight for P17 at the moment. Up the line he comes. He does not. He'll be P18 with a 55-1. So that rounds out our 16th, 17th, and 18th place. That was a quick little fight at the end there. But besides that, we've got RR Silent on pole by a substantial margin with Just Jose in P2 and Teak in P3. And that's our qualifying session. There you have it. Silent in P1. We got Just Jose in P2. And we got Teak in P3 in the Mercedes. The Singaporean, it looks like, Sharkiki in P20. Tiny Dark Spike in P5. J Fern P6. IP in P7. MVK Sky in P8. Rexka in P9, T2 in P10 to round off the top 10. We'll see what kind of tires these guys opt to start with. But 4/10 clear on the medium tire. Silent is looking like the favorite straight off the bat for this race. We'll see what he can do, and we'll see what the weather and safety cars have to say about it. But we're going to take a quick break now as our drivers select their strategy. We'll be right back. So it looks like Silent has opted for the mediums or been forced to start on the mediums. So he'll be in a solid position. We'll see if Just Jose can jump him off the line because he is on the softs. We have IP down there, P7 on the mediums as well. Cali Rob, P11, starting on the mediums. He's in prime position there with the free choice. Kachow on the hards, Conway Twitty on the mediums, and Exotic Flame on the hards. But so far it looks pretty dry, so I'm not sure why some of the leaders in qualifying were driving on the intermediate tires. perhaps we'll see some rain later in the race. I'm not entirely sure. Looks like we've got a last to first challenge for Exotic to try and win this race. Silent looking very comfortable up there, up top at the moment. And we'll see what he can do. We're going to also see... Oh, we can show penalties, so we'll show that later. Looks like Sky has joined the session, so that's good. He's back. We need that. Lovely camera angles here as our drivers slowly make their way up to the grid. Get a lovely shot here as our drivers line up. Looks like the session should be starting any second now. It could be in a trance at the moment. We will see. There's a bit of a delay. The cameraman seems to have had a few too many to drink, as he cannot keep the shot stable to save his life. Oh, looks like we have lights. It's 5 red lights. Lights out, and we're underway. Nice start from the Ferrari there. Looks like the Red Bull Silent getting away nice and easy. Migrating host, unfortunately. I'm not sure what happened. Exotic Flame has left the session. We may be restarting. The Alfa Romeo of Sharkiki has gone round. That is very unfortunate. Sky has left the session. There's a time penalty for Jay Fern. Not entirely sure what happened. There's a yellow flag, but no safety car. Kachao has left the session. Everyone seems to be leaving the session. It looks like we're going to have to restart at the moment. Tiny Dark Spike up into P3. Solid job there from the Renault driver, making it all the way up there. Everyone else, other than the back 3 there, making it away okay. Looks like a few people have left the session. Not sure what happened. We'll see if we can get a restart possibly. If not, we may continue this race. A Tiny Dark Spike has left the session. Looks like that may be it. Should be a restart. As Just Jose, yeah, that'll confirm it. So you know what that means. It's time for another break and time for some more wub. Because who doesn't love some wub? So we'll bring it back for you. And we'll be back as soon as possible. Thanks, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. After a very prolonged break, it's time for us to get going. Our drivers are ready to go. It's dry. Silent is on mediums. We'll throw out that tire data for you as well. Looks like just Jose, of course, on those softs. IP on the mediums, MVK Sky on the mediums as well. There may be a time penalty, as I don't remember that many drivers having mediums. Looks like we may have to drop some penalties for some of these drivers. We will see, but at the moment, Silent's going to take us around for the formation lap, and look at that. Cody's most recent update actually telling us that it's lap 0 and not lap 1. So the start, theoretically, we should be able to follow, and Silent is just pulling away from the pack right now. The top two are creating a huge gap. I don't know what happened to Sharikiki in P3. Of course, unfortunately, Teak not able to make it back in the sessions, so we're down to 18 drivers. He may have been the culprit before, and of course, we've seen it doesn't really have to do with your internet bandwidth or connectivity or strength or speeds. It's just an unfortunate bad luck of the draw, I would say. And sometimes it happens to all of us. Happened to me before. Not great. And we see B Duncan chat asking what RR stands for, and I botched it last time because I used to call them road racers, but it's not. It's actually rapid racing, rapid racers. It's not rogue racers, rapid racing, I believe. And if it's not rapid racing, Silent will call me out on it yet again. It's not railroad crossing, which is what I initially thought it was. So, we'll see. Anyways, our drivers finally getting to the line after a long-awaited formation lap. Tiny Dark Spike, of course, my favorite driver. I don't have any favorites, but my favorite driver is Tiny Dark Spike because he's my old teammate, and we hope Rapid Racers, there it is, Cody coming in clutch because he knows all about it. He's a rapid man himself. Hopefully this race can start. The drivers get to the back of the grid. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Am I tripping? Looks like we're in a bit of a rut as well. That is not good. Hopefully... Oh! Perhaps. Oh, we've got lights. 3, 4, 5 red lights. Oh my god, it's a rave, and it's lights out and away we go, and I don't know what in the world just happened, but it looks like Silent gets away cleanly. The rest of our field getting away as Sky has left the session again. Not sure what's happening with his connectivity. Everyone else getting away pretty clean. Tiny Dark Spike up into P2. It looks like he's on a nice roll. Oh my goodness, everyone all over the place, but it looks like they're all clean. Not much wing damage I can see, and Jose has dropped back significantly. Not sure. You got a very poor start. Silent with a dream start ahead now in P1 on the medium tires. Looks like everyone else getting away fairly cleanly. Pretty bunched up pack here in the back as we see many overtakes happening left and right, but Tiny Dark Spike up into P2, Cali Rob into P4. Pretty sure he started way down the order, so good on him. Just Jose is struggling back there. Looks like Conway Twitty on the move up the field as well. Exotic Flame up to P12 as well. Notable drivers getting pretty clean. Looks like no one's really gotten any wing damage. No one's fallen off the back of the pack. Looks to be all fair and square. Looks like not sure what's happening here. Looks like Kachow's pulling off to the side. No, he's just going letting a driver by, possibly an illegal overtake. Not sure what happened there. Oh, he does have an end plate missing, so he's dropping down the order. That is not good for him. But meanwhile, up top, we've got Silent leading on the first lap. He's 1.4 seconds ahead, 1.5 seconds ahead now as he cruises around the final couple corners. He's on a solid track right now as he sets the fastest lap of the race, of course. But it looks like just Jose is on his way back up the order. Oh no, and we have the sporadic lap 3 timetable. What is happening? There's a yellow flag. Oh, Cody's, please, what is happening? Kachow with a 5-second penalty. Not what you like to see. Looks like somehow Exotic Flame is in P3. We can see there Just Jose is in actually the real P3. Trying to follow on board with Just Jose. Very hard to find. It looks like Just Jose may have gotten ahead according to this chart. Just Jose has gone ahead. Okay, he's ahead of Tiny Dark Spike for this is provisional P2. Pow Up is in the pits a lap ahead, which is false. Silent with a huge gap, almost 3 seconds now, as Jose's going to try and hunt him down. Cali Rob making up huge gains. We'll see. You can see the gains he's made through this bar. So looks like 5 places, so he's got a rocket to start. He's looking to make a move now for P3 provisionally once this timing tower figures itself out. He's right on the back on those medium tires as well, so we'll see if we can make the move and get it done as soon as possible. We'll throw back up those tires as hopefully our timing tower resets, and it does. So Cali Rob looking to hop on that podium already. Tiny Dark Spike struggling as we go throughout this race. He is on those soft tires, so Cali Rob in a pretty solid position. We've got some time penalties across the board. Silent going 2 seconds faster than his starting lap, which is understandable. DRS is enabled. Pretty sure that is correct, as Exotic Flame already gets a 3-second time penalty. He's up into P12 on those hard tires, so he's doing a pretty good job on the hardest compound tire in this session. There's a virtual safety car. Not sure what happened. Looks like Ryan may have gone round. I'm not entirely sure. He's diving in the pits, so that's probably why he's getting passed up. Wow. So VSC, which is not really beneficial for anyone other than the wing changers who possibly caused the VSC. But at the moment, Silent is 4 seconds ahead now of Just Jose. We'll see as, oh my goodness, Sharikiki is not having a great race. Started P3, I believe, all the way down to P17, and now has a drive-through for speeding under VSC. Not what you like to see. Pretty unfortunate for him, as Tiny Dark Spike already has a penalty as well, and Cali Rob is right on the back of him, trying to make something happen. Pretty hectic first couple laps here. Tiny Dark Spike, of course, doing a good job getting up there. Just Jose trying to close that gap now, 2.9 seconds on the softs. We'll see if he can close in on the quick boy of RR Silent, who's commanding this race at the moment. Cali Rob, though, getting stuck behind Tiny Dark Spike in the Renault. Trying to hop on that podium. We know he's got some solid pace. He's got the strategy in his favor currently, because this will be a completely dry race. No rain at the moment, but of course safety cars could possibly hinder that. As Sharikiki gets a 3-second time penalty. Race not going their way at the moment. That is very unfortunate. Tiny Dark Spike under huge pressure now from the Williams driver, as he's coming up the inside. He's gonna get that move done before the corner even happens. We'll see who has the DRS here. We hop off board. It looks like Cali Rob's gonna get the DRS, so he'll pull away, and that move will be done and dusted. So Cali Rob up into P3 now. He's gonna try and chase down Just Jose, who's 4 seconds up the road. A pretty solid start there from Cali Rob, starting down at, I believe, P9 or 10, and he's all the way up to P3 already, and on those medium tires, so he's in a solid position to bring home some solid points. So we've got a few battles going on at the moment. A couple of trains here and there. Exotic Flame trying to make his way up through the field as well on those hard tires. Trying to get some heat into them. Possibly finally coming alive after these 3rd and 4th laps. He's right on the back of Tidarson now. Tidarson without that time penalty though, so he's kept it clean, but unfortunately Exotic Flame already has 3 seconds. So he'll be looking to make up time as much as possible in these early stages. They're going to go almost side by side there, looks like, through the tightest part of the track. I'm just going defensive, and oh my goodness, Exotic Flame around the outside on the hard tires through Sector 3. I've never seen a pass through this part of the circuit, and it looks like Exotic Flame gets the move done. That's the move of the day for me so far, and it's only been lap 5. My goodness, P9 for him, and he'll pull on up to the back of his neck victim, McSwim in that Red Bull. So Exotic Flame looking to snag that driver of the day title as soon as possible. We'll see as Lanex gets a 3-second time penalty. Just Jose, we can see, is dropping back from P2 there. Not looking good for his favor. Silent is once again showing us just how quick he is, even on those medium tires pulling away. We could see these softs possibly start to die off soon as well. Exotic Flame already within a second now of McSwim, closing that gap. We can follow along with him as he's pulling along. It's like Conway Twitty and 07 Mech are going at it as well, as Conway Twitty gets ahead of the racing point through the bridge section now. We'll see if Mech can make a comeback. Looks like the soft runners are starting to lose pace here as the medium runners and hard runners are coming through the field. So that's the move done for Conway Twitty, who gets ahead. It's like Exotic Flame just a little bit too far back from McSwim, but he does have that DRS now. He's in the zone. He's on the move in P9, closing in. Of course, McSwim on those medium tires, so his tires won't be feeling it too bad yet. We'll see those soft runners start to die off. Just Jose getting a slower and slower lap times as, oh my goodness, as the Mercedes of Reska has retired from this session. We do have a safety car, so that's a free position for nearly everyone. Unfortunate for Reska. Looks like he may have just spun out in the tunnel there. That's a risky wall to try and avoid, as most drivers are going to pit. Exotic Flame will stay out on the hard tires as he's got plenty of laps to go. The safety car did come out after the leaders already passed the pit lane, so we'll see how the pit strategy alters for these guys. Perfect for Just Jose. Just Jose is going to be loving this safety car. He'll be able to stop. We'll see if Silent decides to pit on his mediums. He could look to go to the hards, possibly to the end. Maybe a bit of a stretch, or he could look to stay out on the mediums. We'll see what he decides. But either way, Just Jose is very happy about this situation, as he's in the prime window to really switch over to tire of his choice. So of course no rain in this race, but like I said, safety cars could be the factor here that could bring Silent something to worry about, really, as he was 6 seconds ahead. And now we'll see if he decides to pit. As he's coming up to the final corner, we'll see. Hop on board. Yes, he does indeed decide to pit. Into the pits he goes. We'll see what kind of tire he puts on. I'm assuming he'll throw on the hard tires. We'll see. There's Red Bull pit crew trying to get the quickest stop available. There it is. Yep, the hard tires inbound. Just Jose swapping out his tires. We'll see what he puts on. Looks like the Alphatire pit crew puts on the medium tires. Oh, so a little bit of alternating strategy. We'll see. Maybe Jose is looking for the mediums to try and keep up with Silent, and maybe waiting for a later safety car, or he's gonna throw on some magic and make those mediums last till the end. We'll see. It's like Conway Twitty's up to P3, possibly, because he did not pit. So Cali Rob dropping down to P4. Exotic Flame going to be very close, as they come out of the pits at the same time. Not sure who got ahead there. Looks like Exotic Flame is going to be in P4. Hopefully the game squared that away okay. Looks like they're on a roll right now, even though there's a safety car. They're cruising along. Cali Rob will drop to P5. Exotic Flame, of course, starting on those hard tires, so he will have to pit no matter what. So here we have it, safety car cruising along. Our field is very much spread out, so this could be a a very long safety car of up to 3 laps. Many drivers opting to switch their tires. We can take a look at those time penalties and see just who has what. Looks like, oh my goodness, the amount of drive-thrus are insane. Kachow with a 5-second probably for speeding in the pits. We've got Jay Fern with a 3-second. Big Swim already with 8 seconds. Started Kiki with 3 seconds. He served his drive-thru already. Lan X with 6. Exotic Flame with 3. Cali Rob, Conway, Just Jose, and Silent looking nice and tidy at the moment. Time penalties are crucial in this game. Our drivers are making their way towards the safety car pack. At the moment, we've still got so many laps left in this Grand Prix, so this safety car shouldn't be too crucial. We're going to go around for another lap as we have our Ferrari of Lanex trying to catch up to the back of the pack. It's got a ways to go at the moment. We're going to take a quick break. No, we're not. We're okay. Everything's fine. My internet didn't cut out. We're completely chilling, if anyone asks. The safety car is cruising around yet again. Looks like Sharikiki is pitting again, so we'll have another lap of the safety car. Go back to those tires just to see who is on what. Exotic Flame up to P4 though, so he's looking pretty solid. Able to navigate that traffic and use the safety car to his advantage to get those positions that he needs, so he can stretch these hards probably into the 20s, late 20s, and possibly go to sauce at the end. Try to make those work. We'll see what he opts to do. Possibly the mediums, that's the stronger tire around this track. He does have that time penalty though, so that'll be crucial, but he should be pretty pleased with where he's at right now. Looks like this safety car will go around just one more time because he wants to have a little fun, you know. Safety car around Singapore as Jay Frank gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. Oof. These penalties under safety car are not what you want to see. So we'll see how this start gets on as Silent is on the hard tires, Jose's on the mediums, and those hard tires after safety car can be pretty cool. Oh my goodness, as Jose may have just bumped Silent. You got awfully close there. That could have been a time penalty for both of them. But it looks like he's okay. It looks like the McLaren's jumping in the pits. Power up. Switching to the hard tires. Maybe got some wing damage from following too closely. But like I was saying, just Jose's going to have the advantage here because his tires will be up to speed before Silent is on the hard tires. So it could be crucial for Just Jose to try and get ahead as soon as possible and possibly try and create a gap, but we know the speed. Oh my goodness, as Lennox gets a 5-second penalty for a collision. We hate to see those kind of penalties, especially early in the race. And surely the safety car will be in this lap. As we've gone around a few times now, we're ready to get going. I know I am. And there's race control letting us know that the safety car is indeed in this lap. So Silent will take us away. And slow up the pack as they all join. We'll look out for some time penalties, as it could get pretty hairy here near the end. Silent doing a good job. Of backing up the pack there. Looks like everyone got away cleanly. Hasn't taken off yet. We'll see when he decides to. Looks like he decided to go now, and here comes Just Jose right behind, and oh my goodness, Just Jose spins, keeps it looking forward though, and it looks like he may have dropped back. That is unfortunate. There's a yellow flag. Just Jose's worst nightmare just happened. Oh my goodness, disqualified from the session for ignoring drive-through penalty. That's unfortunate. A couple of drivers disqualified. Just Jose with a terrible start. Tiny Darkspike disqualified as well. Not great for him. 007 disqualified as well. What is happening? Very unfortunate. Exotic Flame though up into P2, and look where Silent is. Absolutely gone off on his own race at the moment. He's 3.5 seconds ahead. That's insane. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. It looks to be very chaotic. Just Jose is going to be looking to try and make the overtake as soon as possible on Cali Rob. So look, go down to them. Here's Just Jose right behind him, looking to make the move. They're going to go side by side up the inside. Goes Just Jose, pushes him wide, has to back out. Cali Rob is not giving up that position at all. Kachow all the way back up into P6 now. He's looking to make some moves as well. But terrible, terrible start for Just Jose. Very unfortunate. But a lot of disqualifications we saw there. Very odd. Some drive-throughs. Just Jose right on the back of the gearbox of Cali Rob. Just Jose's got to make this move quick. Although this train as DRS should be enabled, I believe, very shortly here. Just Jose is right on the back. We'll see what he decides to do. Looking up the inside of Cali Rob. They go through turn one side by side. You can see the onboard now of Just Jose as they're still side by side. Oh, a little bit of tap there on Cali Rob. We'll see what happens. It looks like he may have gone ahead. He does. He gets ahead of Cali Rob. We'll see what the stewards have to say about that. But it looks like Cali Rob is actually ahead. Just Jose has dropped back, possibly to give the position back. Not sure what happened there. Just Jose's down to P6 now. Not going well for him. Kachow with a 3-second time penalty. Not going well for him. Meanwhile, Silent is out 5.5 seconds ahead. Exotic Flame in P2. He is loving this. He wants these guys to battle more and more. Nice helicopter shot as we go through the middle sector of this track. Just Jose right on the back of Kachow. Cali Rob trying to make a move on Conway Twitty as well, who's on 10-lap old mediums, so surely he'll be looking to pit soon. Just Jose looking for a dive. Oh, as Conway goes wide, sorry, Kachow goes wide, and Just Jose will get that move nice and easily. Meanwhile, Cali Rob right on the back still of Conway Twitty. DRS is now unable, so we'll see possibly some more overtakes now as Cali Rob's right on the back of Conway Twitty. Exotic Flame kind of starting to get under pressure now from this medium runner of Conway Twitty. He is in DRS range. We'll see what he can do. Exotic Flame gets another 3-second penalty. That's not going to help him towards the end of this race, especially with the pit stop. He has to come later. Cali Rob looking at the outside, a little bit of contact. Oh, as just as he gets a 3-second time penalty, Cali Rob may have lost his front end plate from that wall contact. Not sure what happened. Looks like Conway Twitty's getting passed up now. Oh, some contact there with Jose. Ferrari getting his wheels out. Looks like the Ferrari will concede the position. We'll see what happens now as, oh, here comes Kachow up the inside of Conway Twitty. They make contact, and Kachow surely has wing damage now. And Conway Twitty's going to back off. And it looks like Jay Fern's right on the back of these drivers without any damage. So we'll see if he can make a move. Just Jose has passed Cali Rob. We missed that. Oh my goodness. Some crazy racing at the moment. Cali Rob right on the back of Just Jose. Jose and Exotic Flame now going to battle it on track as these two AlphaTauri drivers are fighting for the Drivers' Championship. We'll see if any team orders come into play, but right now it looks like Just Jose is going to try and get the move done as soon as possible. Two AlphaTauri drivers on the podium we've seen many times before in this season. We'll see if they can keep it there throughout this race. Still only lap 12 of 31. Plenty of laps to go. These guys are very impatient with their moves. We'll see if they can keep it going. AlphaTauri right on the back of Exotic Flame. We'll see if we can get the move done into turn 1 already with that DRS. Hard on the brakes goes Just Jose. Gets the move. Cuts the corner completely almost. And gets that move done. So he'll be up ahead. We've got Cali Rob though behind Exotic Flame. Looking to also make the move. He's on 5-lap old hards. A little bit fresher. We'll see if Exotic Flame can keep the pace up. He's got DRS though. He should be able to pull away. We'll see if Cali Rob can stick with him. Possibly make a move. Looks like that'll be it for him. As Exotic Flame stays ahead this time around. Hopefully makes no mistakes. Keeps it clean out the wall. And if you're wondering why we aren't covering the leader, it's because he's 10 seconds ahead. And he's absolutely dominating this race. Silent doesn't even have to make a pit stop. He can go all the way to the end. He's got no worries right now. The only thing he cares about is everyone else being clean, so there's no safety cars. Because right now he's got no penalties. He's got the correct tire. He's going to the end. Just Jose pulling out a 2-second gap to his teammate now. Cali Rob's right on the back of Exotic Flame. We'll see if he makes the move with the help of DRS there. He goes to the outside. Exotic Flame defensive. Round the outside he goes. A little bit of contact. Gets the move done. And Exotic Flame is down to P4. Cali Rob up to P3. So Cali Rob looking pretty solid at the moment. Exotic Flame, not the restart he was looking for. Got up into P2, down to P4 now. We'll see when he decides to pit. Probably about 10 laps left on those tires. He may have possibly gotten some wing damage from that contact. Hopefully not. We will see. Look down the order, we can see, oh, a little bit of a pass here, not sure what happened. Maybe Kachow possibly spun. He's going to dive into the pits. That'll be it for him. Looks like Jay Fern is closing in on Conway Twitty. Oh, going side by side with Sharika. A little bit of contact there. And here comes Tadarson. They're going to go side by side now on the medium tires. It's a Williams v. Haas. Jay Fern ahead. But Tadarson looking for the move. They both have DRS, so they're both going to have a solid slip down the straight. Jay Fern staying ahead. We'll see if he looks for the lunge. He does not, but up ahead, Conway Twitty's battling as it gets a 3-second time penalty. Plenty of penalties to go around. A little bit of a tap there from Tadarson. Conway Twitty behind Sharika Key. How is Sharika Key up into P5? I swear he was down in P15 at the safety car restart. Sharika Key is making moves off the start if he is on those medium tires. Pulling away at the moment, it looks like. Looking pretty solid out there. Right now, the train that we're all been waiting for seems to be Tadarson behind these guys. Jay Fern trying to stay ahead at the moment. Looks like he's doing pretty solid. He's 10 laps old on those mediums, so he'll look to stop pretty soon here. Possibly switch over to the hards to the end of the race. We'll see what he decides. A little bit of a late entry into that corner. Still within DRS range. We'll see if he can make a move on this next DRS straight. Jay Fern a little bit slow out of that corner. Able to stay ahead as Conway Twitty has decided to pit 13 left on mediums. He should be going hard to the end. We'll see what he decides. Now it's just between Jay Fern and Darcy. We'll see what kind of moves they can make. William V. Haas, round 2 for lap 15. As they go around, just Jose meanwhile cut that lead down to 9 seconds. So Jose is on a charge after spinning early on from that safety car restart. But here comes T. Darson with that DRS wide open. Jay Fern got some power in that Haas. He's staying ahead. We'll see if he makes a move up the inside. He goes, tries to make a move side by side. Jay Fern sticks it though around the outside, stays ahead. And T. Darson has to tuck in behind and will remain in P7 for the time being. Cannot get around this guy, even with his harder tires. Looks like Ian has decided to pit. And by Ian, I mean Lan. He's going to get a wing change as well. Down to P13, unfortunately for him. Still stays pretty far ahead. But meanwhile, the battle for P6 rages on. As Jay Fern is able to stay ahead. Looks like Darson has the pace. Oh, snap of oversteer there from Jay Fern. Darson able to stay with him, really putting the pressure on. You can see that Jay Fern's tire is starting to overheat. He's slipping out of every exit. Looks like Jay Fern has decided to pit. He's not wasting any time battling. And it looks like T. Darson will inherit that P6. But meanwhile, we have Shariki, who's on a huge charge, who started way back from the back of the safety car, on the back of Exotic Flame now, who's on those 15-lap old hard tires, nearing the end of those life. As Exotic Flame jolts to the right side, here comes the DRS of Shariki. He's going to go to the outside. We'll see what happens. They're going to go side by side through the corner. Oh, outside. Gets pushed wide. A little bit of contact there. Shariki looks to get the move done, and he does. He's up into P4 now, ahead of Exotic Flame. Exotic Flame really struggling after securing P2 up there. He's dropped down the field. Of course, he's on those 15-lap old hard tires. He will have to pit as well, so he'll be hoping for some kind of VSC or safety car near the end of this race to help him out when he wants to switch his tires to either those mediums or those softs. But that's about our closest battle on track, but the battle for last place is starting to heat up as we take a look on board with Lanex, aka PPR Ryan, closing in on the back of T2 and McSwim in the Racing Point and the Red Bull respectively. Oh, a little bit of snap oversteer there from the Alfa Romeo driver in the back. Looks like T2 is going to have a huge run on the Red Bull driver. McSwim almost lets him go, it looks like. Deep on the brakes goes McSwim. Looks like Lanex will have a nice run on him, possibly. It's a bit too far back, so T2 makes the move nice and easily. You can see the Red Bull of Silent slowly approaching the back markers. We'll see how he can navigate. This should be quite exciting as we can go on board with Silent and see just what he does. Of course, ghosting is on because we can never trust Cody's. So we'll see. We can see Lanex getting fairly close there to the back of McSwim, trying to put the pressure on, fighting for last place here. Meanwhile, Silent trying to interrupt this battle. Trying to just squeeze through these guys as soon as possible. Not lose any time. Even though there's no contact being made, having a ghost can definitely throw you off as McSwim tries to kind of get out the way for the blue flags. And that's Silent getting through the first batch of back markers. Nice and easy. We can go back with Lan, who's on the back of McSwim, the Red Bull driver. We'll see if we can get the move done. He's on those mediums. McSwim, of course, on those hards. McSwim may have that DRS. No, he does not. So here comes Lan. Looks like he's just a bit too far back to make a move at the moment. Late on the brakes he goes. Just avoids contact. McSwim gets another penalty. Looks like Exotic Flame has finally decided to pit. So we'll hop on board with him. He opts for the mediums. He's surely going to go to the end now. He tried to get off those tires as soon as possible. Only down to P6 at the moment. So not bad for him, losing only one position from that pit stop. And he'll be on the charge to try and make up some time on P5. But we can see just Jose in P2. He's closed that gap down yet another second. So fastest man on track right now surely is just Jose. Very unfortunate for him that he got the terrible safety car restart. And at the moment, it's still just Lan X tucked behind. Battle for last place at the moment. Unable to make anything happen. 18 laps gone of this 31 lap Grand Prix as another time penalty is added to Lan X's time at the end. As McSwim goes very wide there. Here comes Lan X up the inside with that DRS. They're going to go side by side in turn one, it looks like. Here comes the Red Bull along the outside. And it looks like Lan's going to get the position done with a possible switchback. We'll see what happens as they go through. Looks like the Alpha Tower driver of just Jose cruising through the back markers. And that's going to be the move done. Up into P14 goes Lan X, aka PPR Ryan, as he cruises ahead. Here comes just Jose. Looks like he's possibly not ghosting, as Lan X gets a 3-second time penalty. Sorry, Jay Frank gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh, and so does Lan X as well for cutting corners. Plenty of penalties stacking up at the moment. Our field fairly spaced out at the moment. Silent lapping P12 now of MBK Sky. Silent pretty comfortable, hanging around 8 seconds in front of just Jose. We'll take a look at those penalties as well, so we can see just what those drivers have. It looks like just Jose with only 3 seconds, Cali Rob with 5, who he shouldn't have to serve under a pit stop. We'll see if we can get that removed as well. Shariki Key looking pretty solid with 3 seconds. Exotic Flame with 6, unfortunately. J Firm with 12. We can see Lan X with 21 seconds. So quite a lot of penalties there for him. Looks like T2 may have gone for a spin. Not sure. Or McSwim may have. Not entirely sure what happened there. But Silent just commanding this race like he does. Kachow with another 3 seconds. So time penalties galore for this entire field. The key to F1 2020, especially at Singapore, is time penalties. That can definitely make or break your race, as we've seen before. But at the moment, for Silent, he's got nothing to worry about. 8.6 seconds. He's stretched that gap another 6/10 this past lap. So we can see those mediums of just Jose starting to fall off, possibly. And we'll see if he decides to pit near the end for some softs. At the moment, our field is fairly spread out. Look, Sharikiki is in the pits now. We'll see just where he comes out. Exotic Flame may possibly get ahead. Looks like he is going to get ahead. Up into P4 he goes with fresh mediums. Sharikiki is going to be on the charge now. The yellow flag in Sector 1, not sure what happened. Looks like Kachow, perhaps? Not entirely sure. Looks like Conway Twitty's right in the back of him, though. So we'll see if we can make some kind of move. As here comes Conway with that Ferrari power. Oh, they're going to go side by side. Deep lunge there from the Renault driver. Not taking any position. Stays ahead for the time being. Looks like Silent possibly on the back end. Of these two drivers now. We see B-Dunk with the very distasteful comment in chat. Absolutely no respect. Here's the Ferrari, Conway Twitty, DRS wide open. Power up with multiple penalties. Power up, of course, gonna get a penalty as well for running up too early. So it's not going his way at the moment. Conway still in the back of the Renault driver. The Red Bull of Silent closing in on these two drivers as well. So Conway is slowly dropping back from Kachow. Kachow making his way up. As Conway gets another 3-second time penalty, so not looking good. Almost everyone has a penalty except for Silent and MVK Sky. Field very fairly spread out. Imagine not looking at the title of the stream. Anyways, this is professional. Conway Twitty's gotten on the back again of Kachow. Oh, he's gonna look for a move up the inside. No, put him off his line. He'll stay back. Looks like he's gonna give up that position. Not sure really what happened with Kachow there. But Kachow is gonna, I guess, concede that position. Perhaps he has more penalties? Who knows? We take a look. Kachow does have 3 seconds more. There's still, what, 7-ish laps left to go? Quick maths. Kachow's going to decide to pit. Maybe he does have wing damage. We'll see. Not entirely sure. Oh, as Kachow's retired from the session, he's just not having it. Not sure if he had to leave all of a sudden. But we'll see his pit crew pretend like he's still in the race. Change his front wing. Give him a fresh set of tires. And then retire him. So there we go. IP into the pits as well. Oh, Sharikiki. If we take a look at him, he's right on the back of Exotic Flame. We'll see what he can do if this controller will work. Sharikiki with that DRS. Barely any battery left in his system. Hard on the brakes, will not get the move. Right on the back of Exotic Flame. This is the battle for P4 at the moment. The basically only battle on track that isn't back markers. Both Exotic Flame and Shirikiki with outstanding drives, making their way up from the back of the grid. Oh, here comes Shirikiki up the inside, trying to go. Exotic Flame gets ahead though. He's really putting the pressure on at the moment. And we'll see what happens. He's got the DRS now. He's got a solid run. Will he go for the dive? Let's see. Up the inside he goes. Very late dive. They make contact. Oh, and he spins round. A big jump. Oh, a little reset the track there. Hopefully no one reports that. But Kashaw's left the session. Looks like the Alfa Romeo of, I think, Lanx getting through. Sorry, the Ferrari. No idea who that is, actually. I'm very confused. But Shirikiki, unfortunately, losing out in that position. Hopefully, no. Yep, he's got his left front end plate missing. He gets a time penalty as well. Ooh, it is just not going well for him at the moment. That's Silent. Ooh, Silent finally gets a time penalty up in P1. So he is human after all, but still going to win this race by some margin if he can just keep it together. Our podium is literally spaced out across the entire track. Top 4 really, top 5. Exotic looking pretty comfortable in P4 at the moment. We'll see if Shirikiki decides to pit again for a new wing, possibly go for fastest lap. We'll see what he decides. And he'll stay out. So he's like, you know what? We got 6 laps. I don't even need a front wing. We're going to get it done. We're going to get P5 nice and easy. Hopefully we get a safety car. Who knows? Alfa Romeo looking pretty good. He started way down the grid, so overall it's been a solid race for him. MVK Sky, honorable mention, the only one without a penalty so far. Even the GOAT of this division, RR Silent, has a penalty. So that's something to think about at home. But speaking of intervals, looks like T2 down there, P13, looking to battle it out for P12. We'll see if these guys... Oh, hang on a second. There's 2 Ferraris here. One of them is lapping another, and I can't tell who is who. Looks like this Ferrari is indeed Conway Twitty getting ahead of the back marker. And then we'll see how his teammate fares. As IP sets the fastest lap of the race on those soft tires with a 1:38.6. So there's a point for him if he can stay in that P9 position. Oh my goodness, as T2 forgets to turn the wheel and runs into the wall, possibly losing some of his wing. Still has his end plate, so it's not too bad of damage, but oh my goodness, and that is exactly what just Jose wanted. Surely the safety car will come out. It's just a virtual safety car. T2 forgetting how to turn 2 corners in a row, unfortunately smacks into the wall, loses his tire. We saw that on camera. Unfortunate for the Racing Point driver. Both Racing Points out of this session. But just Jose was not looking for a VSC. That is very unfortunate. Surely that would have been a safety car in real life. That is a prime position to die, basically. So, unfortunately, just a VSC, which Silent is very happy about. He does not want anything to happen. Possibly because we're so close to the end of the race. That is why there's no safety car. We're down to 13 drivers. Singapore has claimed the lives. That's a terrible way to say it. Has claimed the finishing positions of P14 onwards. So the top 13 are the only ones that remain. Top 3, only ones who haven't pit since the initial safety car. T2 has left the session. Oh, as just Hogan gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. Looks like Silent has indeed jumped into the pits. So we'll see what happens. Just Jose don't think he can serve that penalty now that it is a green flag. Not what he wanted. He may be even pitting. But that could possibly promote Cali Rob up into P2. And it does indeed. So Cali Rob up into P2. On those 19 lap old hards, he's going to try and go to the end here. And just as staying on those mediums, just serving the drive-through, he's going to go to the very end on those mediums. Very bold move from him here. We'll see if his teammate Exotic Flame can close down that gap in these dying laps here. Jose could start to struggle with his tires. We also need to look at the penalty situation because we're nearing the end of the race, and that can be crucial to the finishing results of this Grand Prix. Looks like Jay Fern has a drive-through. Exotic has 6 seconds. Jose with 3. Cali Rob with 8. So very, very close here. Cali Rob not stopping. Jose not stopping, just that drive-through. Silent's going to surely pick up the fastest lap with those soft tires. IP with another one. Sharika Key down to P8 at the moment. Oh, we got Mr. Lan in the Alfa Romeo. He's on the soft tires. He pitted as well. He's on the back of Pow Up. Looks like Pow Up served his 5-second penalty. Must have been a stop and go. And here comes Lan X on the back of him now. Looking to put some pressure on, try and make the move. He's awfully close. This is for P11. They're also just a second off P10, so the battle for that final point is awfully close. Here comes Pow Up. Oh, his Pow Up goes wide, and here comes Lanex up the inside. They're going to go side by side now. See a little tap the wall. He goes very deep. Oh my goodness, cuts the entire corner. As Lanex gets disqualified from the session. Oh, you hate to see it. PPR Ryan Lanex. Too many corners cut, and he is disqualified from the session. You hate to see it. Meanwhile, the battle for P10 rages on. As it looks like Pow Up is looking to make a pass on MVK Sky. As he's right in the back. MVK Sky has disconnected. So all Pow Up has to do is drive through, and Sharikiki with a 138.6 goes fastest. Nice job there from the Alfa Romeo driver in P8. All he has to do is pass the AI now. Gets that move done nice and easy up into the points positions, but of course he will have that time penalty for running up early. So we'll see what the stewards have to say about that. But meanwhile, Exotic Flame has only closed. Oh, there goes Silent with a 135.8. Jesus Christ, that's quick. This man is on another level. Just Jose on those 20 lap old mediums. We'll see if Exotic Flame can close in as quickly as possible. It's like I'm struggling to stay ahead of that AI. Surely he'll get the move done. We'll see. Looks like IP has decided to pit. He's going to go for softs again and try to get another fastest lap. We'll see what happens there. Exotic Flame slowly closing that gap to his competitor up front. Will stay on board with Just Jose and see how he struggles. With those 21 lap old medium tires, I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to last that long. It's like Karan Kaushik in the chat is enjoying the commentary. That's lovely to hear. You know, we're just having a good time commentating these PlayStation drivers. Got some quick boys in here. Looks like Jay Fern has decided to pit on 12 lap old mediums. There's 2 laps left in this Grand Prix, so May opting for wing damage. Here's a back marker getting in the way. He's on a fast lap. Just Jose struggling. A yellow flag, it looks like. I'm not sure what happened. Looks like it may have been McSwim. Yeah, it was a Red Bull. I did not think it was the leader. So everything is okay there for him. Just Jose, you can see Exotic Flame closing that gap ever so slightly. See, Jose has plenty of ERS though. He's using plenty of power saved up, so I'm not sure what's happening. So he may just be cruising to the end. At the moment, it looks like penalty-wise, I believe he should be in the clear if we check real quick. Yeah, he's got 3 seconds, while Exotic has 6. Kai Rob has got a stop and go 5 second. So we'll see as Pow Up gets another penalty as well, unfortunately. McSwim in the pits yet again. Exotic Flame not closing that gap quick enough. He's still at 9.5 seconds. We'll see if Just Jose possibly gets some sort of puncture here. He's pushing his tire where towards PPR Ryan, who unfortunately got disqualified in the chat, saying he's on 80%. So anywhere past 80 or 90 even, that's when you could possibly start to see a puncture. We'll see if he can hold it together and possibly get this podium. That gap down to 9.3 now. He's looking pretty comfortable out there. I don't think anything's really going to happen as T. Darson has left this session. Oh man, what an opportunity for Conway Twitty. We're going to go ahead and just throw the penalties up now because we could care less about the tires. Everyone's had their pit stops. We'll just have those till the end. We'll see how this ends up panning out. But T. Darson has left the session. Not what you want to see on the final lap of the race. Keep an eye on that interval in case we see it drop dramatically from Just Jose to Exotic Flame. But Silent up in P1. Led this Grand Prix from start to finish. Really didn't have a single challenger throughout the entire race. Drove it brilliantly. He's going to come away with the fastest lap as well with a 1:35. Conway Twitty does get ahead of Tidarson, whose Ghost is currently driving. We'll see if Sharika Key, gets ahead as well. So the Alfa Romeo driver getting ahead. Silent on a flyer as well. And we'll see the fireworks just about to pop off as he cruises around the final couple of corners. Around the final corner he comes. Fireworks should be shooting off any second now, and here they come. As Silent wins the Singapore Grand Prix for PlayStation Division 4. Driver of the day for me as he just dominated, led every single lap, got the fastest lap, got pole position, another Grand Slam for this quick driver now. And we'll see as Callie Robb comes across the line as well. And he'll secure that P2 easily, even with an 8-second gap. A nice drive by Callie Robb there, starting further down the order, up in a P2. Just Jose in P3, somehow lasting the tires 23 laps. May even have a puncture now. We'll see as he crosses the line. He's 7.5 seconds ahead of Exotic Flame, and he'll secure that final podium position as long as he can keep it together. We will see. Crosses the line, gets that P3, and Exotic just behind him as well. You can see him in the background there, getting that P4, securing as well. Conway Twitty in P5, coming around the final couple corners. Sharika Key right on his back end, but he's got more penalties. And that should secure P5, P6 for him. Sharika Key in the Alfa Romeo back there. Getting P6 in the end. T. Darson's Ghost going to bring up the rear in P7. But Silent is your winner, and we'll see who the game gives us as the driver of the day. But for me, it's got to be Silent, possibly Exotic. T. Darson making up the most positions in this race, it seems. So a very quality drive from most of our drivers. Fortunate for the ones who retired and got disqualified, but Silent is your winner. There you have it, folks. RR Silent, Cali Rob, Just Jose, Exotic Flame, Conway Twitty, Sharkiki, Tidarson, J Fern, IP 3010, Pow Up, MBK Sky, McSwim, T2 The, Kachow, Lan X, unfortunately getting disqualified down there in P16, Tiny Dive Spike in P17, 007 Mech in P18 as well. So that rounds off your finishing order. We're going to see if we can possibly get these guys in for an interview as well. We just wait one moment. We're now joined by P3 finisher, Just Jose. Seemed to be a bit of a chaotic race for you. What happened there at the safety car restart?
Can you hear me there?
Yeah, man. Welcome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, I don't know. My start was crap. I thought I really thought I was gonna get ahead of Silent at the start, but he got an excellent start. Nothing to say about that. And then, well, on my
Oh, we may have lost you there. Just Jose. Are you still there?
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there I am. Okay. Well, that second stint on my mediums wasn't supposed to go to the end, but on that virtual safety car, I was gonna come in, then I lost concentration and got a drive-through. So I say, fuck it, let's go to the end. See what happens.
Yeah, unfortunately, that drive-through came in. It's not great for speeding, but you somehow managed to last those tires. What, 23 laps on the mediums? That's insane. How was that at the end for you?
Yeah, I was so nervous. Like the last two laps, I was like 80%, I think, my right rear. And I was thinking of Sadik the whole time, thinking how his tires blew up. I was so sure my tires were gonna blow up, but they didn't. So
we were following on board with you and looking to see if that would happen, because we saw how old those tires were, and fortunately for you, they didn't, and unfortunately for us, they didn't. So congrats on the podium, man. It was a struggle of a race, but you managed to bring home some solid points for AlphaTauri and yourself in the championship. So congrats.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna get that W on championship just because Silent didn't get in the league earlier.
Yeah.
So
hey man, championship's a championship. So you've been here since the start.
Yeah.
It's been pretty solid.
Talking about championship, congrats Silent on your win. You definitely earned that.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, we're now joined by Silent as well. I don't think Cali Rob will make it in here, but he had a solid race from down the order. But Silent, another Grand Slam to your name. You led every lap. You got pole position. You got the fastest lap because you got the opportunity there at the end. How was that race for you? Pretty easy for you?
Well, I don't want to say it's easy, but I guess lax for the most part. But just had to watch on a couple of things and make sure I didn't overdrive the car too much, because that's like this track exposes my worst driving traits. So Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, we saw plenty of drivers get time penalties, and you were pretty clean throughout most of the race. You got one near the end there, but you're too far ahead to really have that matter. So it seemed like you were in control of the whole race. So congrats, man. Hope to see you here next week. Give Jose a run for his money.
Yeah. Thank you. I will.
All right, thanks, guys. Congrats on the podium.
Thanks.
There you have it. Our podium finishers for the PlayStation 4 D1 Singapore Grand Prix. Silent coming away with the Grand Slam win. Solid job for him. I'm going to go ahead and end it there with, of course, some wubs. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this stream, go ahead and like it. Subscribe to PPR Esports. We've got some good content coming your way with sim racing streams galore. So thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next time.